Hello guys, in today's video we are going to be talking about some underrated isekai anime. First, Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill. Salaryman Shuichi Mokuda is accidentally summoned as a hero to the kingdom of Red Circle in another world to help them defend against their enemies. Wary of the royal family's true intention, Mokuda is able to talk his way out of this situation due to his non-combat skill online supermarket, which is deemed useless. However, this power proves to be anything but useless. With this ability, Mokuda is able to cheaply purchase food products and utensils from Japan, most of which are considered luxuries in this world. As Mokuda cooks up a storm using his abilities, he catches the eye of fearsome mythical wolf Fenrir. The legendary beast swiftly negotiates a contract to become Mokuda's familiar, unable to resist the delicious dishes. With Fell by his side, Mokuda travels the world, earning his keep as an adventurer and merchant, all the while enjoying delectable meals. Second, the Faraway Paladin. Born into a world after a life of stagnancy, Will awakens to the faces of a skeleton, a ghost, and a mummy, living in the ruins of a city long fallen. The three raise Will as their own. The skeleton blood teaches him to fight, the ghost Gus teaching him magic, and the mummy Mary teaches him religion and responsibility. Most importantly, they teach him love. As Will grows and learns about the world he was born into, he prepares for the day when he must finally set out on his own. For Will, this journey includes a lifelong promise. At their coming of age, every adult is required to swear an oath to the god of their choice, with the strength of pledge affecting the degree of the sworn god's blessing. With his departure approaching, Will must prepare to accept the truth of his undead guardians and embark into a world that even they don't know the state of. Will discovers, however, that every oath must be fulfilled one way or another. Third, wrong way of using healing magic. Ken Usato is a normal high schooler in every sense of the word. Average grades, dreams, and tendencies to dislike extraordinary people. However, when he encounters the president and the vice president of student council, both popular and extraordinary, he immediately befriends them. All of this is interrupted when Usato's new friends are summoned into the another world and he accidentally gets summoned as well. Dejected and with no way to return, he resigns himself to stay quietly in the new world until he finds out that he has an affinity for healing magic, a very rare form of magic which gives him both self confidence and attention of all the mages. However, not all attention is good, which is something Usato realizes when he is noticed by a crazy fellow healing magic user. Fourth, so I am a spider, so what? The day is as normal as it can be in high school as students peacefully go about their everyday activities until an unexpected catastrophe strikes the school, killing every person in its wake. Guided by what seems to be a miracle, a handful of the students are fortunate enough to be reincarnated into the another world as nobles, princesses, and other kinds of people with prestigious background. One girl, however, is not so lucky, being reborn as a spider of the weakest kind. She is immediately experiences the hardship of her dire situation. Even so, she must press on to survive the numerous threats that endanger her life. Discovering that her new world has a system like that of an RPG, she tries her best to hunt prey and defeat monsters to level up and evolve. As she gradually grows stronger, she hopes one day her effort will be rewarded and that she will be granted a better life. Fifth, Death March to Another World Rhapsody. Ichiro Suzuki, a programmer nearing his 30s, is drowning in work. Worn out, he eventually has a chance to catch up on sleep, only to wake up and discover himself in a fantasy RPG world which is mashed together from the game he was debugging in reality. In this new place, he realizes that not only has his appearance changed to a younger version of himself, but his name name has also changed to Satoru, a nickname that he uses while running beta tests on game. However, before Sato can finally grasp his situation, an army of lizardmen launch an assault on him. Forced to cast powerful spell in retaliation, Sato wipes them out completely and his level is boosted to 310, effectively maxing his stats. Now, as a high-leveled adventurer armed with plethora of skills, no way to return to reality, Sato gets out to explore this magical new world. 6. Skeleton Knight in Another World. After falling asleep while playing an online game, a man wakes up and finds himself transported to that game's world as his in-game character. He wasted no time adjusting to his new environment, but soon realized that he is using the skeleton avatar he chose when creating his character, which forces him to hide his visage to avoid unwanted attention. Ark goes to the nearby castle town Rovelte, hoping to become an adventurer and take on quests to earn money. With his overpowered abilities, Ark embarks on a fantastical journey, exploring diverse territories, looting various monsters, and helping people get out of sticky situations. However, his seemingly inconscious actions may soon involve him in a brewing large-scale conflict that will forever alter the fate of the realm. 7. How a realist hero rebuilds the kingdom. After the death of his grandfather, 19-year-old Kazuya Soma, an aspiring civil servant, is left all alone with no one to call family. Out of the blue, he is transported to the Elfrieden Kingdom, a small aligning country in another world, to be a hero. An ongoing war with the demon army has put the entire world into peril, and Kazuya was summoned to aid the conflict as an offering from Elfrieden to its allies. Dissatisfied with being used as a tribute, Kazuya decides to help the kingdom revamp its declining economy, not by way of adventure or war, but through administrative reforms. Abruptly declared the king of Elfrieden and betrothed to the princess, the realist hero Kazuya sets out to assemble a group of talented citizens who will assist him in the bureaucratic battles to get the kingdom back on its feet. 8. Dr. Elise, the royal lady with the lamp. In her first life, the renowned and genius surgeon Dr. Aoi Takamoto was Elise de Cloren. A villainess of noble descent, Elise's selfishness, insolence, and obsessive love for her fiancé, Prince Linden de Romanov, led to the death of her family members and eventually herself. Only after being reborn did Elise realize that error of her ways and decided that instead of ruining lives, she would devote herself to saving them. But a tragic airplane accident robs her of her dream too soon. By a miracle, Elise wakes up in her original body before her official engagement to Linden, recognizing the chance to cherish her loving family and free Linden from an unwanted marriage. Alicia wishes to use her advanced medical knowledge to continue down the path of saving life. In a deal with the Emperor, Alicia is given only 6 months to prove that her true place is not on the throne, but rather with the wounded and ailing who desperately need her help. 9. Chronicles of an Aristocrat Reborn in Another World. On his way to a convenience store, Kazuya Shina tried to defend two young girls from an armed assailant, only to end up getting stabbed himself and dying on the spot. This good deed allowed him to be reborn with all his memories in another world as Cain von Silford, the third son of Margaret. When Cain turned 5, a baptismal ceremony in the church granted him an audience with the 7 gods who preside over the world. Not only do the gods fill him in on the circumstances of his reincarnation, but they also give Cain their respective divine protection, allowing him to use cheat-like abilities in swordsmanship, magic, and many other aspects. With this blessing, Cain sets out to live a fulfilling life that he deems a dream come true. However, it soon becomes clear that the gods have more planned. 10. Death Mount Deathblade. A powerful necromancer known as the Corpse God dies during a legendary battle only to be reborn as Polka Shinoyama, a young boy in modern day Tokyo. In the process of trying to adapt to his new physical body, he gets targeted by various groups that deal with the spiritual. Among them is Misaki Sakimiya, a high school girl who can see spirits and is out for his blood from the very moment they meet. Attempting to make sense of his situation where unknown parties want him dead, Polka eventually meets Takumi Kuruya, a contractor skilled in surveillance and hacking, and Lisa Kuraki, a crime boss operating out of Shinjuku. Alongside these and other unexpected allies, Polka braves danger to reveal the truth of his reincarnation and the fate awaiting the world he now lives in. And that's it from my side. These are some underrated isekai shows that I have watched and read that I think are very good shows. You should also give them a try. And if you like the video, like, share and subscribe.